My cheating story is a bit different since I'm the one he unknowingly cheated on his wife with. I was 24 when we met, he was 38. I met him while he was on duty as a CHP officer. It all began with a question. I had just purchased a new-to-me car, and it was pretty low, and I thought it might be too low, so one day I saw a police officer talking to a neighbor of mine and pulled over and asked him if it was, and he said, "Oh no, you're fine. Let me show you how," and he went over to my car and told me if the car goes over the tire, that's when it's illegal. I'm like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And he asked if I lived around there. And I said yes, I pointed out where I lived. The very next day, as I walked my cousin out, he's passing by. I say hello while covering my face, and he asked why I was covering myself. I wasn't wearing any makeup. And I felt embarrassed, and he said that there was no reason to, that I still was very pretty makeup or no makeup. After that, he seemed to stop by on a regular basis. After a year of friendship, he kissed me, and I felt a bit odd about the entire situation, so I stopped speaking to him or answering his calls. After about a week, I started to miss him. He had left me a voicemail saying he had started to get the hint and he wouldn't be bothering me anymore. He called me a few days after that, and I picked up and gave him the excuse of being busy, and I was sorry. He seemed okay with it. We began a relationship a couple of months after that. After 6 months or so, I discovered that I was pregnant. After 27 weeks of pregnancy, I went into early labor. My placenta had ruptured and detached from my uterus. I went into surgery. They put me under general anesthesia, where I later discovered I had flatlined for 90 seconds and had to get a blood transfusion. My cousin had been the one who took me to the hospital, and I guess she called him to tell him. When I woke up from emergency surgery, he was there holding my hand. I panicked, realizing the situation, but he told me, "Don't worry, I saw her, and she has a good color. She's going to be fine." He stayed there the entire time until visiting hours were over. He tells me he'll be back the next day once visiting hours began. The next day, about 4 hours after visiting started, he hadn't arrived, so I called him to check if everything was okay. He told me, "I'm not going to be seeing you anymore. I'm married, and I told my wife about us and the baby, and she forgave me, and we're going to work on our marriage." Everything started spinning for me. My sister was standing right next to me and shaking in tears. I told her, "OMG. I can't do this," while I gave her the phone. She spoke to him, and I guess he told her, and she hung up the phone and told me, "He's an asshole. Forget his dumb ass." My daughter had been airlifted to San Francisco UCSF Children's Hospital. She's absolutely perfect today. She just turned 18 and is incredibly smart, beautiful, and the greatest daughter I could have ever hoped for. There is a lot more to the story. However, I don't want to go into detail more than I already have. So long story short, when I returned from San Francisco